Well, how did the screen treatment for Tamara Drewe come to your attention, and what was it about it that sparked your interest?
It was sent to me as a script, but in fact I'd read it as a cartoon strip. I just thought it was lovely, very funny and very sexy.
Yeah.
And a sort of joy and very, very fresh.
Right. And it's loaded with literate and clever dialogue.
Yeah, but it's all about sex, isn't it? It's all about
That's true.
sex and money, the usual things.
That's true. So you collaborated with a scripter named Maura Buffini?
That's right.
And she's kind of new at the game, so what was it like working with her?
Well, she's a very, very bright woman. So, if people are bright, it's a pleasure to work with.
Yeah. And did you two get along well on set? Did you make any revisions to her script?
She was on set the whole time. I like the writer to be on set.
Sure.
We were just rewriting the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, only tiny little detailed things, but just constantly working on the material.
Right. And Gemma Arterton is a delight to look at, as we all know. Did she do the pre-plastic surgery shots first with the big nose to put her in the mood of doing a trip?
No, we did them early on.
Yeah.
I remember we shot a test on it, and I kept saying, make it bigger. They do them, and then they're a bit subtle.
Right.
I said, no one can see that no one can see she's had a nose job.
Yeah.
So eventually we made it really big. We did those early on, yeah.
Yeah. So did you have a particular rock star in mind when you cast for Ben Sargent?
No. I cast Dominic and trusted him.
Yeah.
He knows more about it than I do.
Right.
Why, who should I have thought of?
Oh, I was just curious if there was someone special in
No.
mind.
No.
Yeah.
It seemed a very recognizable type.
Indeed, yeah. So the schoolgirls, Jodie and Casey,
Yeah.
They're instrumental in driving the action.
Yes, they're wonderful.
Later in the film.
They're wonderful.
And what traits were you looking for in actors to fill those roles?
I never thought of that. I didn't. A lot of girls came in and auditioned, so I never had to think of what the traits were. And eventually I said, oh, these two would make a good pair. The one was rather dominant and one was more passive. I think I was just looking for sort of brilliance, really, rather than particular traits. I mean, boredom and alienation, that's pretty familiar stuff. Everyone knows about that.
Do you think some writers will recognize themselves amongst the crew there at
I think it's very good on writers.
At Stonefield?
I think it's very good on writers.
I enjoyed the repartee between them and the various characters.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
It was lots of fun.
Yeah.
And in some sense, the movie can be seen as a cautionary tale against cows. So, how did you get
You have a lot of cows here.
Yes, that's true. That's true. How did you get the cattle to stampede?
Well, we created a route for them. But of course, in the end, when they do stampedes in classic westerns, the wranglers are really driving the cattle on as well as trying to stop them. And that was the real problem, was to get the cattle to run, not where they ran. It was to get them to run at all was difficult, because you couldn't put people in amongst them. But we got there in the end.
Right.
But it was very well planned, and the route was very sensible.
As far as the location for the shot in Dorset, did you have trouble finding it? What was it about the place that appealed to you?
No, we didn't have trouble finding it. I mean, it was, all you're trying to do is be sensible and not create problems for yourself. But it's a very, very beautiful part of England. I mean, very, very beautiful.
Yeah, that comes across. Any future projects in the works you'd like to tell us about? Construction going on out there?
I may make a film in Las Vegas next year.
Oh, really?
About sportsbook gamblers.
Ah. Will it have a crime element, perhaps, involved?
Not really, no. No, not in that sort of obvious sense of robbing casinos. No.
Right, okay.
But everybody in Dallas goes to Las Vegas, I was just told.
So, do you get out to the theater very often yourself? And
I go to the theatre every now and then.
Yes.
My friends are often playwrights.
Ah.
Why, what are you thinking of?
Well, actually, I was thinking of movie theaters. So have you seen any films this year that...
Do I go to the cinema a lot?
Yes, the cinema.
Well, I've been working rather hard.
Sure.
I don't see many American films.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to seeing The Social Network.
Well, what else would you like to tell us? Why should people go see...
Because it's very, very enjoyable, because it's funny and sexy, and because the world is grim and difficult at the moment.
Right.
It's good fun.
All right. Well, Stephen, thank you very much for talking.
Okay.